Good morning, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is Wednesday, January the 14th, and it is 10 a.m. Central. We are super excited to be here. We apologize that we had a little bit of a technical difficulty, so we're starting 2 minutes late. But you know what? We're doing the best we can. We're super excited that you guys could all join us this morning. China and I are going to be doing a little bit different of a setup for this orientation. It's a lot less of an orientation and a lot more of a refresher. So we are going to kind of run through quite a few items real quickly on PODS, and then we're going to move and jump directly into the new member portal in LMS. So this is going to be very exciting today. I just want to remind everybody that you can ask questions in the chat. You can also put questions in the Q&A. We will be making this available on our YouTube channel as well as on our LMS in case you want to share this with your colleagues moving forward. So Happy New Year, everybody. I don't know, is it China, is it too late now to say Happy New Year? Is the statute of limitations off?
No,
okay, we can still say Happy New Year.
January is acceptable.
The whole month of January?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
This is coming from somebody who co-signs me leaving my Christmas tree up until Mardi Gras starts. So okay, so awesome. We're super excited that you guys are all here. We're going to go ahead and get started. So welcome. My name is Monique Roberts. I'm the Executive Director of the PODS Association. I'm now 4 years into this job. I can't believe it. Time flies when you're having fun. Best job in the world. And I absolutely adore this community. So you guys are, we had our 25th anniversary celebration. Thanks. A couple years ago, and y'all are going to be wheeling me into the 50th celebration anniversary of PODS. This is going to be my last job. Y'all are stuck with me. So the PODS community is made up of over 200 operators that use the PODS data model in 39 countries all over the world, as well as the systems that support those pipeline miles, and then also as well as the service companies and trade associations and government agencies that support those pipeliners. We're coming up on 30 years. I think we can get a pretty cool graphic for the 30 years, right? Like, every year for New Year's, they come up, they make the year into the glasses, and every year I'm like, how are they going to do that, right? But I think we have a good plan to make the 0 of the 30 as a pipe. I don't know. We'll get excited about it. So welcoming China to the orientation, I want to take this opportunity to congratulate her on her new promotion that she got. She is now the Member Relations Manager, and she is our full-time employee here at PODS. So I can no longer say the following and make y'all feel sorry for me. I can no longer say I'm the only full-time employee of PODS, right? We now have 2. We have doubled our full-time employees here at PODS, right? So China's goal is, and her role is, to focus on you guys as a community and support our members. So with that, it's going to be on her as well as myself to keep our eyes focused on the mission and vision. So China, quick quiz question for you. What's our mission and vision here at PODS?
Our mission and vision, number 1, is our data model. Number 2 is our community. And now number 3 is our learning and training.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So we're focused on a worldwide group of people that are here to develop the data standards, best practices, to ensure that we're operating our pipeline safely, and as well as optimizing everything that we can be, right? So we at PODS want to be that hub for vision, for innovation, for our community, and advancing that into the new digital age of digital twin. So we have a lot of new members on the orientation today, and we're signing up people left and right. So China, do you mind giving us a quick overview of the different levels of membership and how you can join?
Yes. So we have 3 levels of operator: large, medium, and small. We have service provider, and we have government and trade. And now we don't just go off of mileage anymore for our operators. We go off of market cap as a variable to define what level of operator you are that best fits your businesses.
You got it. And if you're ever wondering about kind of what all is the definitions and information about membership, this is pods.org/join. You can jump into this and you have some videos specifically for operators, specifically for service companies here, and then all of the different levels of membership and how to define your level of membership, and then also all of the different levels of value and benefits that you get for the different levels of membership. So with that, we're talking about benefits of being a member of PODS. China, can you walk us through what kind of at a high level, what are the benefits of being a PODS member?
So benefits for PODS members as an operator is access to our data model, and service provider is access to our operators and our community, our supportive community.
Yeah, you got it. So whereas the operators need the model, the service providers need the operators, right? And so it's great that we can all be together and work collaboratively as a really cool and very good looking community, right, to get this done. So operators, you're going to have the model, you're going to have that community, you're also going to have that training. So we're going to jump into that, to the PODS certification. And then also service companies, right? You really can stand out in the industry as a subject matter expert whenever you're a PODS member. All right, so we do have quite a few logos that we're going to show you here. This is our board and officers. We're governed by and managed by this board and officers. They decide the strategy of where PODS is going to go and what we're going to do now. We also have a lot of trade association partners, both in the trades here in the US and abroad, and then also regulatory agencies such as Canada Energy Regulators and PHMSA that are members of PODS and use the PODS data model as well. So, you know, we are a volunteer member-driven association, so we do have a lot of moving parts with a lot of those volunteers. So, China, how do you do it? How do you manage all of these volunteers and get everybody to do what they need to be doing?
Slowly but surely, one day at a time. One day at a time.
Right, right. So we have a lot of different ways that you can get involved in PODS, right? So we are actually the nominations for the board are open until the end of this month. So if you're interested in running for the board, you go to the website and put in your nomination, or get with China and she can show you how to do that. But that board of directors oversees two types of committees. One is our technical committee on data governance, which is our highest level technical committee. And then we have our non-technical committees as well. So the TCG, who was recently taken over the chair, was Ms. Malika Pandey from Williams. She gives oversight to the TCDM, which is run by Mr. Patrick Bass with Global, and then also Marco with Centerpoint. And then under there, we have temporary working groups. So kind of how we work here at PODS is that we're always managing and maintaining this model, the same way that your pipelines are not static, right? A lot of people out there that are not pipeliners, they think you put a pipeline in the ground and then that's it, you're done. You can ignore it. It doesn't. It's completely static. We all know that that's not the case, and we're the same at PODS, right? We're constantly moving and evolving and updating the model based on new regulations or based on new and innovative operations practices or new smart tools that we're utilizing to manage that pipe. So on the technical side, we have the technical committee on data models, and we have the temporary working groups. China just did an all call yesterday for they're about to finish up the CP working group. And so we're looking for a few more CP experts to get involved with that. We know that the vast majority of you on the call are going to either be in GIS or IT. So we encourage you to walk down the hall and engage in a conversation with somebody that's in CP. We know that sometimes talking to people that are in CP can be a little rusty. what I did there? See, China has to laugh at my jokes. She has no choice. But if you can engage them, because we want to make sure that we're building out the CP module specific to what the needs are there for those users. And we have the offshore working group that's being led by Mr. Grant Savage with BP, and that's an international one. So that's a really cool group. And then, we're working on a whole bunch of stuff to come up next. So whatever model or module you're looking at, like, if we have recently a group that has come together and said, hey, we want underground storage in the model, or another group that says, now that we have SCADA link, we want a bunch of other IoT items in the data model. So let's talk about it and get it spun up. So that's how it works, right? So you guys come up with a great idea, it goes through committee and gets worked on, and then China and I gather a group of volunteers to get together and start working on that to develop it. All right, so our non-technical committees is another cool way to get involved with PODS. We have our T, which is our training, education, and events committee. We have our scholarship committee, which is by far the most popular committee, because Aaron with Country Mark told everybody that it is the least amount of work of any of our committees. So everybody wants to be on that one. And then we have our membership committee, which is led by Cam Ludwig with Enbridge and Tori Metz with P66. They oversee our international chapters as well. So another great way to get involved. Like I said, we're growing by leaps and bounds internationally. So that being said, we want to welcome all of you, all of our new members, and all of our members that have been with us for a while and wanted a refresher today. China, let's talk about this. What's your favorite part of your new job?
This right here.
So why is it your favorite? What do you do?
I recruit new members, and I give everybody access to anything they might need and answer any questions anybody might need. And if I don't know the answer, I can guide you in the right direction.
Yeah, absolutely. So China is a resource of all of the resources that we have here at PODS. Like, please utilize myself and China as much as you can. We actually have 2 additional members that joined PODS in 2026, and we didn't even have time to put the logos on here, so we feel bad about that. One is a large operator in Chile, South America, and then another one is a large operator in the MENA region, the Middle East, North Africa region, based in Qatar. And the name starts with Qatar. So if you're wondering, you don't really have to wonder who that is. So speaking of our international members, because we're really growing internationally much more than in the US here recently, which is great for my passport stamps and for my mileage accounts, right? So, and for China as well. China is going to be coming to Europe with us for the European chapter meeting and PTC Berlin as well. So this is the first time she's going to get a stamp on her passport. She's super excited. So come visit us at PTC Berlin, as well as the event we're going to be holding at the Emerson facility. We'll give you more information about that. So our international chapters are growing by leaps and bounds. We did this because we can't be in all places at all times. And we really wanted people to have a great resource locally, right? And so now we have these international chapters that meet once or twice a year, and they're able to give a voice back to us and back to the board of directors, as well as be a support system locally in their region. And it's really working out very, very well, gone off like gangbusters. So we have a chapter principal and a chapter coordinator in every region. And our chapter principal is an operator member to give guidance, and a coordinator to support that operator. And you can go to our international chapters page on the PODS website and learn a lot more about the chapter principals and coordinators. And also you can sign up to be a member of a chapter as well, to get involved both locally at PODS as well as internationally. So we do a lot of really great stuff, and we're going to grow even more. So with that, I want to talk just a little bit about the model itself. So again, PODS is about community. The PODS data model was built by PODS operators and service companies for PODS, for pipeline operators, right? So this is a pipe-centric data model. But let's level set and do a little bit of definitions here, right? So terms and terminology. Esri, for instance, is the domination in the market for location information models, right? They're a platform for managing spatial data. You can get field maps. You can use Survey 123. You can do all kind of great stuff for centerline management and spatial location, either using APR or utility network, and get that connectivity model with utility network. So they're a location information model. PODS is a business information model, right? That is community sourced. So we source our community for that data model and standard for organizing regulated and integrity management, specifically pipeline business information, right? So your specifications, your MAOP, your fitting IDs, your activities, your projects, your inspection data. There's a lot of data associated per mile of these long, or kilometer, sorry, we are international, with these long linear assets, millions of records, all stationed, and just a ton of information to hold. So what PODS and the PODS model does is to help you specifically organize that data. So the PODS data structure is based on starting with from soup to nuts, right? The entire asset lifecycle. So from construction with your as-built all the way through to maintenance operation and abandonment as well, right? So that is the data model is there specifically to help with regulatory reports, to store critical information, to be able to analyze your system and run risk for a linear reference database, which can be visualized in any GIS platform, right? So it's all about optimized performance for our members and their business functionality. How do we help you help your leadership and or your engineers and or anybody else within your organization make good decisions on good quality, reliable data? And a lot of that, the answer to that is through good data governance, right? So our data model benefits really are around that it's an open platform, very much compatible with the Esri architecture, the Esri software platforms. It's a database architecture specifically for linear referencing, and then it's standardized and modernized your reporting, and it's a pipe-centric tool, right? Which definitely we need. So let's talk a little bit about PODS 7 because this is our current model, the next gen that the team had been working on forever and ever. And a lot of the goals of PODS 7 were around making it more scalable, making it more interoperable, making it more flexible, and simplifying the model, right? So we've seen quite a bit of response from our operator members, and I'll quote Jeff Allen towards the end of the year last year. He's like, Monique, the pendulum has swung, right? He says it's not if people are moving to PODS 7 now, it's when are they moving to PODS 7. So it's really a great time to get involved with PODS and migrate to PODS 7, specifically because over the last few years, a lot of people have done it already. So a lot of people have worked out the kinks. And that's what's great about this community is that we're all in it together to share that information and help each other. So we now have two core models of PODS 7. We have other models, other versions of PODS 7 and previous versions of before 7 available, but our two core models that we're building on now are the APR linear referencing only, and then of course linear referencing with that connected network. So just to give you a few benefits of what our operator members have been telling us and reporting back to us on the benefits of PODS 7. This is just a few snippets. We have so many case studies of people and the benefits of them having actualized their move to PODS 7. The first is a large multi-state operator here in the US. They did PODS 7 with utility network, and they're now saving about $2 million a month through better, faster decision making by way of transitioning from a manual way that they're doing their pipeline modeling to a more real-time optimization. Rather than months, they can do it in hours. It's pretty cool. So talk to people in your design, in your modeling, pipeline modeling, in your engineering firm, your FEL ones. Talk to them about pods, right? And the way that they can organize their data so that you can do that simulation modeling and that production modeling as well. We have a multi-country operator that used a modular GIS design to support their rapid adaptation. They have so many different regulations that they are susceptible to, both at the state level and then also different countries that that they have to deal with, different provinces and different areas. So now they can streamline that with PODS 7 and hundreds of hours that they're saving now. And thousands of hours that they're saving enterprise-wide for their end users by having it all there in PODS 7. And then small operators, we really are here for the small operator, because when something happens to one of us, it happens to all of us. So, one of our smaller operators simplified their data model through PODS 7 and reduced their reliance on third parties for their NPMS filings. And actually, they reported a higher employee job satisfaction and consolidated training across their business units. So I don't know if anybody in GIS has ever reported a high job satisfaction to HR ever. So this is a huge thing. So now that we've talked a little bit about the PODS 7 core, let's talk about the modules that we're building on top of that. So right now we have available 3 modules: the integrity regulatory module, which helps you get visibility to why you ran a pig, why'd you do a dig. The inline inspection, it helps you store all of your ILI data in one spot and doesn't slow down your system while doing so. And now you can do a true run-to-run analysis no matter what your tool vendor it was that you used. And then SCADA is a huge win for us. We partnered with PRCI and AGA to develop the SCADA, and it's going really well now that you can do you have visibility to volume factors and your line pack calculations as well, all automated through a unique ID, right? That links you back to your SCADA asset in the field. And then right now, the TVC group has just disbanded. They're about to start their testing on the module there, and then offshore and CP are still in the works. So speaking of Esri, I just wanted to talk real quick about our engagement with them and their roadmap. Esri recently donated their Advantage program for their professional services team to work with us. It's really cool. While not every Esri customer is a PODS member, the vast majority of our PODS members are Esri customers. So it's really great that we can work in lockstep with them. One of the things that's a part of this program, which is really cool that they've donated to us, is that they've started working with us to build out our modules onto UPDM. So rather than having to lift and shift your entire core from PODS to UPDM or UPDM to PODS or what have you, you can stay where you are and collaborate with these modules on your current system. The Esri program is really cool. I'm not going to spend too much time on this, but if you are not aware of it, you should be. If you are an Esri customer, you should definitely look into the AP. It's a really, really cool program that allows you to get some great access to the big brains over at Esri, which I don't know if you guys have all heard the news, but the industry scuttlebutt, the big news that's happened here recently is just 2 days ago, Luke Koopmacher announced that he's over at Esri now, working with Jeff Allen and Sal Hunter and the team. So I'm super excited that my big brother is over at Esri, and that I can continually work with him and the Esri team over there. So they got another big brain. Now, Luke will say that he has a smooth brain, but it actually is a big brain and could do a lot of stuff. So, let us know if you're interested in getting involved with the program. Esri is allowing our operator members to donate their AP credits to the PODS AP program. So if you're interested in that, to start developing some more stuff, please let us know. So, all right. One last thing that I want to jump into before we start showing you around to all the cool stuff and all the cool value that you have here at PODS with your membership is a call to action, right? We are constantly looking for volunteers to get involved with different things. So right now we have some beginnings of development for a charter to be written. And how this works is when somebody has a good idea of how they want to add to the model or create a module or what have you, they develop a working group, right? That working group develops a charter, and then that goes in front of committee, and then we have a process for that to get approved, and then to start deploying assets to that project. So right now we're looking for people that want to get involved with developing the model and or modules around geohazards, leaks, incident reports, hydrogen, carbon sequestration, and there's been a recent development that we're working with APLOCA on. APLOCA is the International Pipeline Contractors of the world. I don't remember. APLOCA is said that they want to have a construction standard, right? So this would be really cool because, and the operators are excited about that, because then you'd have a standard of how to submit the data to your client if you're an EPC or a contractor once the project is up and running, right? So that they, and the goal here is with all service providers and software companies that are members of PODS, they want to create their deliverables in a way that's easy for the operator to consume, right? A way you can get sticky within the organization. So that's a real quick and dirty on the model itself. If you have in any way, shape, or form anything more technical questions about that, do not call me. We have a group of people that can help you with that. So I'm 500 feet long and an inch deep. All right, so one more thing we want to talk about, and China is the one that spearheaded this development, is what's cool about PODS and about how good looking and cool we are is that a bunch of organizations want to give us stuff so that they can come to the party. So China, let's talk about the Confidence Club with Rosen.
Yes, so this is free to PODS members. This is a worldwide training library for all things pipeline. The Confidence Club is a pipeline industry premier learning and education platform, and their mission is to make the pipeline industry safer, more sustainable by improving competency in the workforce.
Yeah, and we love Rosen. They're on our board. They are the chapter coordinators for our Asia Oceania chapter. But we love all of our tool vendor members, right? So I'm just calling them out because they gave us some free stuff. If you give me free stuff, you get called out, right, China?
Right.
Right. So what do they get with this as a part of their PODS membership?
So they receive access to all complimentary content, exclusive discounts, invitation to members only events, and much, much more. All you have to do is contact Education at Rosen Group today, and they will get you all the information you need, and you can get started on that.
Awesome. So within the Competency Club, we've added our PODScasts. We've added all kinds of stuff. So it's really cool that you have access to even more training and other things as well. So quick recap on all of the resources that you have at PODS that we've kind of covered today. Of course, your international chapters, technical solutions for optimized operations. You have all kind of regulatory updates, data layers that you can add into your system. We have a scholarship program that's really cool that we didn't even get into that, and it's super awesome. And then we have a detailed member directory, so you have all of your services listing. What we're doing this year as a part of our marketing team is we're introducing LLM, large language management, and we're going to make it even better, and the service companies are going to be even more searchable online and through AI for your services there. And then finally, we're going to get into the learning management system and education library. So I'm going to get out of here and walk you guys through exactly how to do that. So you're going to go to the PODS homepage, and you're going to see right up here, up at the top, for your member portal login. So you're going to click here, and sorry, that's the back end. It's going to take you to this page, right? And you can see that I'm activating my awards for my honey. I love I love discounts and coupons. I might close out of that, sorry. You can see here that if you have a sign-in, great. If you don't, hit contact us. It's going to reach out directly to China, and she's going to be able to get you set up. So this is our new member portal and learning management system. So everything is in one spot. You don't have to go to two separate places. One place to get the model, one place to get the training, one place to ask a question. Everything is in one spot. This is our hub now. So you're going to log in to your the LMS. And again, if you do not have your credentials, reach out to China, and China will set you up with a link in order for you to create your credentials. So your username is going to be your email address, and then you can create a password for yourself. Okay, good job. Thank you. That's mostly why China's around, y'all, is so that when the brain fog kicks in for me, that she can use, she's like, use your words, Monique.
I finish her sentences.
Right. Yes, you do. Girl. So here's your account hub. You can get to your profile, and you can update your profile. So if you come in your profile here, you can see which courses you've taken and which training sessions. You can see how many hours you've been in the system. Man, I've been in here a lot. You can see what your activity is. You can see if you got any badges, if you have any achievements or certifications, and you can change your stuff here. If you want to get into your account, this is where you can update your password. A lot of you with your membership, and we have to see, it's based on your level of membership, will get so many PODS certification credits, right? So you get so many people within your organization, 4, 6, whatever, that can get PODS certified. But this is, let's be clear, every single PODS member has unlimited access and usage to the member portal and LMS system, right? So, but if you do want to get another PODS certification and your company is out of credits, they're out of coupons, you can come in here, and the PODS certification is $200, and it's good for 3 years, at which point it'll get re-upped, right? And then you can get into the people here. You can start talking to the other people that are involved. As you can see, we haven't, this is our official launch of it. So nobody's really updated their profiles yet, because this is our launch day that we're doing here. Okay, so we have a bunch of terms and conditions, our privacy policy here. We have, I want to bring you here first to the community. Okay, again, the 3 items that we are at PODS that China touched on in the beginning. We should have made this a quiz question, China, so we could give it away a prize. Number 1 is community, right? Number 2 is the model, and number 3 is training, right? So what you can do here is really cool, is you can engage with your community, with your PODS community here, right? You can ask a question specific to a training course that you've taken, or you can ask a question directly to a person, right, that you see in here. So this is a great way for all of our members to interact with each other on this platform. Now, if you have a specific question that you want to ask that you don't want it to be on the portal and available for everyone, you can submit a technical or training question here. These go directly to our training coordinator, who is Marissa Anderson with Magnolia River, and she will get back with you within 24 hours with an answer to your question. Now, all of these questions and answers that we've been gathering over the years, as well as what we're going to be integrating in here, we're going to scrub those. We're going to anonymize those so they don't know who's asking the question and what assets you're talking about. And we're going to make a facts page, a frequently asked question page that is going to be searchable as well. So you want to get to our member directory. We're still building this out, so give us a little bit of patience here, but this will give you all of the members as well as their the member point of contact email address. So if you want to email, let's see, if you want to email Chad Holtman at One Oak, and forgive us because we're still working on the build out of this, so don't judge us. Our house is messy, but don't judge us. But if you want to talk to somebody at One Oak, you come here and you're able to email directly Chad Holtman to ask questions, right? If you want to submit a topic, if you are interested in a specific topic that you want to learn about related to the PODS data model or GIS, you can submit that here, and we're going to develop that training. Right now, Ian Trust is developing some really cool training models for us right now. So if you want to get involved with that, please join the team. If you want to volunteer for something, and you should early and often, if any of you known me for more than 5 minutes, you know that I probably have put you on some sort of committee by now. China's going to do the same thing. So if you want to sign up of your own volition, please fill in this form here. And topic, news and events. So all of the goings-ons of PODS are available here. All of our news points are here. We have a great calendar of what we're going to be doing when. So as you can see, this is us today here. Next week, we're going to be at PPIM. The following month, we're going to be in Doha at the Global Summit there. Then we're going to be in Vancouver. Then we're going to be back in Houston at the APLOCA meeting. So, all of the PODS events are located here. All of the PODScasts are here as well. If you want to sign up for any of these things, you have availability here. So say you want to sign up for the upcoming PODScast that we're doing with Esri, AI and PODS, Unlocking Smarter Pipeline Data Management. You can come here and you can click here, and it will take you to the registration page to register for that event. All right, so let's go back here. And then I'm not going to show you the blog because it's kind of pathetic. I've only written one blog, but y'all can write blogs too. All right, so let's do here. The number one thing everybody wants to know, I don't know why I was teasing this out for everybody. How do you get to the PODS 7 model? Here you go. So you come here to PODS data models. If you want to get involved with the testing of the advanced releases, you can come in here and you can check out our advanced releases and get involved to do testing before we publish those for official releases. But here you go. So here's PODS 7. So you come down here to our PODS data model cores and modules. And, one of the big things that people have come back to us and said that we could do better, continuous improvement, is all right, I have the PODS 7 model. Now what? What do I do now, right? So where do I start? Guess what, y'all? Start here. Hit this button that says start here, right? And then you're going to have your core implementation. And then you're going to click on this link, and it's going to take you to the download for PODS 7. So here's your XMLs, your geodatabases. Here's your data dictionary for PODS 7. Here's everything that you're going to need, right, to get started. So you're like, awesome. Okay, so now I have the model. What do I do now, right? Here's the instructions. Import your XML, create your path for the core, run all this down. All right, well, can you show me how to do this? Sure. Here's a video on downloading PODS 7 and creating a file geodatabase. Okay, you know what? They talked a lot in this video about setting your coordinates. All right, well, here's a video on how to set your coordinates for your feature data set. Well, you know what? In all of these videos, they're talking a lot about linear referencing and APR. Here's a video of Jeff Allen with Esri walking you through what is understanding the location referencing and APR, right? And learning how to do that. So once you're done with that, here's a quick study guide to help you, and a how-to guide for understanding location referencing. And then you're like, you know what? I want to make sure that I'm utilizing all of the tables within PODS. Again, it's a simplified data model. It doesn't mean that it's not robust, right? There's a lot involved in it. And so I want to learn how to read the table. I want to learn how to put my data in there, and I want to learn where it goes and how it's all interconnected. So here's a video on how to read the table poster. Here's a download of the table poster. And then here's some study guides and how-tos on understanding and interpreting the key components of the PODS data model. We also have here videos that walk you through the launch events, an overview of the PODS 7, which they would call next generation model, some of the differences. You're like, okay, I want to know about what's different about PODS 7 than the previous models. Well, here's your 7 differences of PODS 7. This is a great document if you are trying to convince your leadership to pay for moving to PODS 7. Here's all the benefits that you have via versus previous model. And then you have your geodatabase dictionary here as well to peruse through. So you want to get into the core for utility network, you want to get into the ILI module, same thing, right? Now I have the ILI module, what do I do now, right? Okay, here's how to access the module, here's how to get started, here's what I do next, and then integrity and regulatory. So that's a lot of stuff, right? So let's go back to our course page and you can see that's all there. Now, if you just want to go in to do some learning, like if you want to come in and you're like, you know, I really want to learn more about centerline routes and pipeline hierarchy and LRS, right? You can come in here, you can type centerline, and it's going to take you to some great content on that you can, as well as a video, right, on for some technical training and a demo about the structure of pods and centerline refinement there. If you want to just view our PODScasts, right, get it? It's like a podcast, but it's like much more boring. But you can listen to it while you're on your way to work. We have over 130 hours of PODScasts, believe it or not. We talk a lot. So there's just so many different things. Here, what's great about this is going to give you some real life examples, right? This one was done by Dynamic. This is a video of how they moved an operator from PODS 4 to PODS 7 and what all was involved with that. If you want an overview of it, of what they covered, that's here. And then some related resources as well that you can get into. So, you know, this is where you're going to get into the real world stuff, the meat and potatoes of what it looks like, right? Here's one with Petro IT where they talked about a TVC compliant database. We have the Pipeliners podcasts that Russell Treat does as well, where they talked about pods. So a lot of really cool stuff in here, all of the PHMSA podcasts that we've done as well. So, sorry. One more thing I want to get into, which is really, really cool, is this. This is our new PODS certification program. Yay! Again, different levels of membership have different amounts of PODS certifications they can get. Once you are PODS certified, we list that on the PODS website. We also give you some information to share with the world that you're PODS certified as well. This is a self-guided certification that's almost 7 hours long. There are 18 different courses within this, 18 videos, 30 learning activities. And it walks you through step by step, right? So it starts off real simple. So here's what we did. We built this for many different types of levels of learning. However, let's be clear, this is not an easy certification, right? This is not a gimme. I could not get this certificate. I could not pass this. China could not pass this, right? We are personality hires. This is for you guys, right? This is for people that actually work with this day to day, right? So, you know, step one, you're going to go into this introduction to PODS. It's a 7-minute video where 2022 me started talking about what PODS was and what else is involved. Look at how much more hair and how few wrinkles I had even just 2 to 3 years ago. Isn't that crazy? Then you're going to come in and you're going to start your exam activities. So what we've done is we've given you a few, look, at least somebody thinks I'm funny. Who is that? No. We've done a few, what we do is we sprinkle in some questions around just keeping you familiar with things, and then the exam is going to be at the end. So you have some questions here that's going to help you, as well as you can do a self-assessment and check your understanding here, right? So it's really cool because we want you to pass, right? We want as many people as possible to be able to say that they're PODS certified. So we're doing the best that we can to make this user-friendly. So then you go to the next one, right? So here's PODS Basics, Introduction to PODS. We have a lot of additional resources like different guides to, the DAMA guide for data management for a body of knowledge. We have a whole bunch of great content in here that you can use and utilize. And then, you have the videos as well, right? So this is Unit 1 on a basics of PODS 7 and unwrapping that. Some of these videos are a little bit dated. You'll see that the graphics have changed. We are going to update these as time goes on for sure. But the meat and the content is still good, right? It's just that the graphics are not as good because this is before we had Deb Kalidas working with us to make some awesome graphics. All right, so yeah, it walks you through step by step. And you're going to go through all of these sessions. Now, let's be clear. We do not yet have the exam finalized. So you cannot get PODS certified right now. What you can do is go and engage in the content and start watching the videos and reading the study guides so that when we do have the full exam up, we're going to notify everybody that it's good to go. But we have a few of our really big brain SMEs that are doing a final pass on our questions and answers to ensure that it's good to go before we make that exam live. So again, we'll let you know whenever that is available. Okay, so yeah, I think that's it on the member portal and LMS system. As time goes on, we're going to add more stuff. Like a few people have asked for us to add the legacy PODS 4 and PODS 6 models up here because they're moving from PODS 4 or PODS 6 over to PODS 7. We're going to absolutely do that. But as time goes on, please engage with this so that we know what you want from us and what you're looking for, and then we can bring that to committee as well. So I'm going to show this as our last slide, and while we are talking about this, if you have any questions, or you can put those into the chat or the Q&A, and we can either get to those now or we can follow up with those later. But for now, let's talk about what we're doing. So next week, China and Callie are coming to Houston from Breaux Bridge, Louisiana, and we're going to be at PPIM. So we are booth number, what new booth number are we, China?
Oh, is it 112?
112, yes.
Yeah,
we
112.
Are booth 112. Yeah, we're booth 112. So right when you walk in, go to the left, and we're if you just keep coming to the left, down there. Now it's at the George R. Brown. It's in a different location. It's not on the top floor this year. I think it's in another area, so we'll have to just make sure you get your bearings whenever you get over there. And then please sign up, grab your spot, because it's going quick for the Doha Global Summit and MENA chapter meeting. That's going to be amazing. We have Dal Hunter with Esri, who's Jeff Allen's boss, as our day 1 keynote, which is crazy. And then our day 2 keynote is even crazier. We have the president of PRCI, the Pipeline Research Council International, Mr. Cliff Johnson. It's going to be our day 2 keynote, so it's going to be rad. And then after Doha, we're going to Vancouver. We're going to do a pod social in line with our member company ATP out there, then back to Houston for a PLOCA, and then we have a PODScast, and then we have our European chapter meeting and global summit alongside PTC Berlin. And then let's talk about Urgis and the Spring Forum real quick. So you're getting it, you're hearing it first. We haven't even yet announced it. Jeff Allen and I are going to do a video on it, but we're joining forces this year for Urgis and the Spring Forum. As you can see, May 20th is an overlapping day between those two events. So historically, we've had the Pod Spring Forum first, and then we do the Esri event. This year, we're going to do it a little bit different. So Esri is going to start on the Monday. They're going to do Monday, Tuesday, and then on the Wednesday morning, Esri is giving us free reign. So the Pods Spring Forum will be at the George R. Brown by way of Esri not making us pay for it. Woohoo! And we're going to have some great speakers there. So May 20th is the Pod Spring Forum, which will be at the George R. Brown, which is day 3 of the Urgis. So day 3 of Urgis for us is the Spring Forum. That's pretty cool. So hopefully we get a lot more visibility there. So we're going to walk through, like I said, we're going to give you a video, but registration is going to open up real soon for that. So we'll get you some more details there. And then on the 21st, we are back at the Embassy Suites. Sorry, the night of the 20th, we have our social and dinner at Hearsay again. It was such a smash. We're going to do it again. And on the 21st, we're back at the Embassy, and that's where we're going to have our breakout meetings. So we're going to do training there, in-person training. We're going to do our AP road mapping. We're going to do some special sessions with the FOG, Friends of GIS, or Fun Old Guys. That's what they want to be called, FOG. So Tracy Thorlison and Pete Veenstra and Paul Herman, all these guys that are, yeah, I mean, they're old. And they're going to come in and we're going to talk about data governance, and we're going to talk about all kinds of stuff. So we're going to have a wealth of knowledge there to speak about. And then we're going to finish it up with our regulatory luncheon, the same as we did last year. So we've invited back, and they are attending the Texas RRC as well as PHMSA to talk about that stuff. So let's see how we're doing on time. Oh, I got 5 minutes. China, what did I forget?
I think you covered everything.
Come on. You know, China knows very well that I run on carbohydrates and Atta Girls. So that's why she's doing that. Is anybody, I can't see in the thing, is anybody asking a question or putting anything in there?
Let's see. Lauren White said, looking forward to working with everyone.
Awesome. Yay, Lauren. Yeah, Lauren's with Exxon, and she's going to be such an asset for us in our community. It's going to be awesome. Okay. So if y'all think of anything afterwards, please let us know. Please reach out. We're super, super excited to have you guys as new members of our organization and our community. Please get involved. Like I said, the best part about PODS is the community. So please get involved and work together. We're all here for one reason, right? And that's pipeline safety and optimizing those assets, right? So, you know, we need to all work together to move the ball forward and raise the bar. So with that, we'll let you go. Thanks so much to all of you for participating. We are going to have this available on our YouTube channel. Thank you, China. Congratulations again. / I'm sorry that you now are full-time here at PODS. Welcome to your next adventure. And we look forward to seeing everybody here real soon. Y'all have a great day.
Thank you, guys.